Welcome back to Quantum AI Design. In our last episode, we explored how AI reshapes human identity, how it influences the ways we present ourselves, how we're recognized, and how our sense of self becomes entangled with intelligent systems. But identity is only the beginning. In this episode, we shift our focus to autonomy, our ability to act with intention, to choose among possibilities, and to shape our own futures. As AI becomes more predictive, more anticipatory, and eventually quantum-powered, autonomy becomes both more fragile and more essential. So today, we ask a deeper question. What does it mean to act freely in a world that increasingly acts on our behalf? Autonomy is often misunderstood as mere independence, the ability to act without interference. But in reality, autonomy is relational. It emerges from the interplay between identity, environment, and available choices. It's not just about choosing freely, it's about authoring choices that reflect who we are. In an AI-powered world, the environment itself becomes intelligent, adaptive, predictive, and sometimes persuasive. Our decisions are shaped by systems that learn from us, anticipate us, and occasionally guide us. Autonomy, then, is not about resisting influence. It's about understanding the forces that shape our decisions and reclaiming authorship within them. Even today's AI systems influence autonomy in subtle but powerful ways. Recommendation engines filter our options. Productivity tools automate our routines. Predictive systems anticipate our needs before we articulate them. These systems don't remove autonomy, they reconfigure it. They shift the balance between what we choose and what is chosen for us. They create a world where the path of least resistance is often the path the system prefers. Understanding autonomy in an AI-powered world begins with recognizing how much of our decision-making is already co-authored, not just by other people, but by the systems we've trained to think with us. Identity, autonomy, and agency form a chain, a cognitive triad that defines how we move through the world. Identity shapes what we value and how we interpret our environment. Autonomy shapes how we choose among those values, and agency shapes how effectively we act on those choices. When AI reshapes identity, by altering recognition, extending cognition, or blurring authenticity, it inevitably reshapes autonomy. And when autonomy shifts, agency follows. This slide is the hinge point of our episode. It reminds us that autonomy is not isolated. It's nested within a larger system of human cognition, intention, and action. To understand autonomy, we must understand what it connects. As AI becomes more integrated into daily life, autonomy becomes increasingly co-authored. We make decisions with AI, not just through it. Our calendars negotiate for us. Our writing tools suggest our phrasing. Our navigation systems choose our routes. These systems don't replace autonomy, they participate in it. The question becomes, how do we maintain meaningful authorship when our cognitive environment is shared with intelligent systems? Co-authored autonomy is not a loss of freedom. It's a new form of freedom that requires new forms of awareness. Every system that supports autonomy also constrains it. Interfaces, defaults, incentives, and predictions all shape the space of possible actions. In an AI-powered world, these constraints become dynamic and personalized. The system learns which options you're likely to choose and foregrounds them. It hides the ones you rarely use. Over time, your world becomes optimized for convenience, but also narrower. Autonomy becomes a negotiation with the architecture around you, and that architecture is often invisible. To preserve agency, we must learn to see the scaffolding, the design choices, the nudges, the defaults that shape our freedom. When we move from classical AI to quantum-powered artificial superintelligence, autonomy enters a new phase. Quantum systems don't just predict your next action, they model entire landscapes of possibility. They can explore counterfactuals, simulate alternative selves, and anticipate long-term trajectories. In this world, autonomy is no longer about choosing from a menu of options. It becomes about navigating a probabilistic field of futures. Quantum ASI doesn't just respond to your intentions. It forecasts them, challenges them, and sometimes improves them. The question becomes, How do humans maintain authorship when the system can see farther than we can? Autonomy in a quantum ASI world is not about resisting prediction, it's about learning to co-steer with it. We can imagine three broad futures. In the first, autonomy collapses into convenience. Humans outsource decision-making to systems that know them better than they know themselves. In the second, autonomy becomes a skill, something we cultivate through metacognition, reflection, and intentional friction. In the third, autonomy becomes relational, a shared process between humans and ASI, where both partners shape the trajectory of action. None of these futures is predetermined. The one we inhabit will depend on the choices we make now about design, governance, and education. Autonomy is not a binary, it's a landscape, and the path we choose will define the kind of humans we become. To preserve autonomy in a quantum ASI world, we need new design principles. Systems must be transparent about how they shape choices. They must support exploration, not just optimization. They must preserve meaningful friction, moments where humans pause, reflect, and re-author their intentions. And they must treat autonomy not as a default state, but as a capability that can be strengthened. Designing for autonomy means designing for humans who are evolving alongside their tools. It means building systems that challenge us, support us, and invite us to remain active participants in our own futures. The future of autonomy is not something we inherit, it's something we co-author. In a world shaped by quantum ASI, our choices matter more than ever. Not just the choices we make, but the choices we design into our systems. Autonomy is not a relic of the past, it's a frontier of the future, and it will be defined by how we balance prediction with intention, optimization with reflection, and intelligence with wisdom. To co-author the future is to remain awake inside it. It's to build systems that challenge us, support us, and invite us to grow. The question is not whether autonomy will survive, but what kind of autonomy we choose to create. Our next episode will focus on human agency and will force us to ask, what does it mean to act, to choose, to shape outcomes in a world of intelligent systems? Agency is the activation layer. It's where identity and autonomy become real through action.